Hey you guys, we're gonna do a little mukbang. So we're gonna start off. I have some lobster tail here. I have lobster tail, corn, potatoes, and I added egg and salmon. So this is our egg. And like, okay, so this was a leftover boil, right? Because last night I went out to get one and it was good, but like it was just filled me up really quick. I guess I just wasn't that much in the mood for it. So today I heated it up. I added my own little seasoning and more sauce. And I remixed it a bit. So that's always good to me, you know? We got some lemon here. I'm gonna show you our lobster tail. We're gonna dig into this first. Swish that baby around. We have sausage too. I don't know if I mentioned that. But yeah, while we that's so good. Why don't we bust this down? Let's have a little chit chat, right? So, I'm a horror girly. Are you guys into horror? If so, let me know in the comments what's like your favorite scary movie. Because now, right? So today's March 1st. Happy 1st of March, everybody. We're slowly getting closer and closer away from winter, thank God. But I want to say they're coming out with all these scary movies. And I'm obsessed with scary movies. Like, obsessed, right? However, I don't know if I want to see the Scream 7. Did anybody see it yet? If so, can you let me know? And also let me know if you enjoyed it. Because I'm like, I don't know. I'm having some mixed feelings about that one. But I do want to see what's that movie coming out? It's by A24 Films. Oh my God. I can't think of the name. I'm gonna have to look it up. Here's what's coming out. Silent Hill. Oh my God. We have to see that. And let's review it too. How do you guys feel about horror movie reviews? So I want to really start getting into that. Like, those are, man. Twisted. Ooh. I know this actor. Hold up. Okay. So Twisted is coming out. Silent Hill. Quiet. My baby's a sleepwalker. That sounds interesting. So Strangers Part 3 is coming out. Ooh, we have to see that. Because that's when the girl turns into like one of them. If you know, you know. Yeah. But there was something else coming out. I guess I have to look in the A24 movies. It's something with like this girl. And she's like on a podcast. And I don't know. It was like late at night kind of thing. Hey, quiet, you guys. Quiet. The neighbor's dog is barking, so it triggers my dogs all the time. But I'm really excited. You guys, I have 3 dogs, by the way. So, excuse the noise. But yeah, like, I really want to see. And it sucks when you have, like, no one to see horror movies with. What's that? Everyone around me is, like, terrified. Ooh, let's dig into the salmon. I made the salmon, you guys. Ooh. Oh, that's one half. The other half broke. But that's nice, you know. It's nice and blackened. That's really good. Oh, hush your mouth. But yeah, like, it sucks when no one likes horror movies. Because it's like, dude, do I have to go by myself It's giving to have to go alone. I guess it's fine, right? But oh my God, I can't. I literally at night I watch like you guys know about the animated horror stories? But it's based on true stories. I just think it's fun that they, you know, curate it to be like an animated thing. And like these things really happen. They have like horror, like Airbnb stories that are true and super creepy. Or like moving into new home stories. Oh my God. I swear, like one of my biggest fears has always been like to move into a new home and have like an insanely creepy neighbor. Like it's like, you hear so many stories about that sometimes. It's like, can you imagine you literally bought a home. It's not like you're renting. So imagine investing in like this whole property. And then your freaking neighbor or neighbors are creeps. Like what? I would be so irritated. Like beyond irritated. It's one thing to have annoying neighbors, but to have creepy neighbors is like, oh God. Especially when you have children. But yeah. Oh. There's one animated story I was listening to. It was about this girl. Well, she was like a small, you know, young upcoming artist. And she painted, like she would paint. And she would sell her paintings on Instagram. And, you know, she was saying like she was basically like lowballing herself because, you know, she wasn't that confident in her work. She didn't feel like she deserved to charge more. So she was literally like charging like $80 a painting, whatever. But I guess she figured like, you know, I'm starting off small. Like, let me just do that. And oh my goodness. She came across this one customer. And he's like, oh, I need you to, you know, curate a painting for me. Excuse me. But he's like, oh, and I'll give you $1,000 for it. So she's like, hype. She's like, oh my God, like someone's going to pay me $1,000 for a painting. Like, this is amazing. This is the most I've ever made. And you know, things come with a price, right? So he goes, yeah. So he tells her to draw something. No, I think he told her to draw whatever she wanted to. That was the gag, right? And he's like, oh, draw whatever you want. And it like caught her off guard because she's like, why do you want me to draw whatever I want? This is for you. And he's like, yeah, I'm just curious. If you had to draw anything, what would you draw right now? So she paints and she just uses her imagination and just, you know, kind of like free paint with it. So he sends a transaction, you know, she ships over the painting, everybody's happy. Now, he tells her, I'm also an artist. And she's like, oh, cool. All right, what do you do? Like, you paint, you draw. And he's like, ooh, this is hot. And he's like, I like to curate very rare pieces that usually a lot of people would be judgmental about. And so that's why I keep my art very private. So now she's getting really curious. I mean, like, who wouldn't, right? By the way, I'm digging into this lobster. Like, who wouldn't? Like, you're like, what? Like, okay. Come to find out, this guy likes to play with skulls. So he goes, I would like to send you a piece of my art. Is that okay? And she's like, yeah, sure, go for it. But she's not expecting what she's about to see. So he sends over the text. And it's like a goat head. And it's in like acid. With like a bulging eye. But the eye was replaced with like a big crystal. I mean, it was just like, it was pretty sick. So she's like, oh my God, like she's a vegan girl. So, you know, she's about protecting the animals and all the things. And she's like, what the hell is this? He's like, isn't it great? He's like, and she's so uncomfortable. But at the same time, this is like her highest paying client at the time. So like, she doesn't want to like scare him away, but she's also very uncomfortable. So now she's like, oh my goodness, like, is that real? Like, he's like, yeah, I wouldn't do like anything fake. And he's like, look, I also did it with a monkey. So then he sends over a monkey skull. Then fast forward into the conversation. Mind you, she's like flabbergasted, right? Like, she's like, I can't believe this guy does this. Like, and he thinks this is cool. Whatever. Now it gets worse, you guys. He goes, yeah, I've really been thinking about going deeper into my craft. And she's like, okay, like, what do you mean? Poor girl. I always feel bad for, like, super gullible people. Because, like, oh, she did mention she was raised by hippies. And, like, you know, they taught her love, peace, and whatever. So they never really, like, taught her how to, like, be on point for things like this. Or, you know, people like this. So that's why I always think, like, being raised by hippies is kind of like a blessing and a curse. Because, yeah, you learn how to be, like, this vibrant, beautiful, happy human being. But it's also, like, you're not really prepared for the dangers of the world if you're not being taught about the dangers of the world, for real. But anyways, so she's like, yeah, like what? Like, what do you mean? Crab legs, you guys. And he's like, I actually want to practice on a human skull. So now she, like, drops the phone. She is super like, okay, this guy is out of his freaking mind. Which she, you know, should have known he was out of his mind from the get-go. But anyways, whatever, I gave her grace. Because, you know, she's innocent. And yeah, he goes, I'm getting full. Sorry, I can't do this no more. Oh, God. One more bite. So, just to continue the story before I go, yeah, she's like, what? She drops the phone again. She's flabbergasted. And you know what? She made a decision to herself, like, I'm actually not going to talk to this guy ever again. I don't care how much he pays me. Like, it's never worth it, you know? So, she goes ahead and she blocks him. And she says she never spoke to him ever again. And that was the end of the story. But yeah, you guys, we're going to really get more into horror things. And just let me know how you feel about it. Like I said, I'm super full. So, you know, I'm going to have to eat this bad boy later. But thank you guys for keeping me company. We'll chat soon. Mwah. Love you guys. Don't forget to let me know your horror recommendations below. Bye.